point, yes, Mr. Rashid Ahmed Mirza, Managing Director, has joined us on the phone line. Mr. Mirza, good afternoon and thanks much for joining. Can you give us an idea of, the impact of pound on your earnings? The earnings are subdued, but then you also have exports of 72% and largely to the United Kingdom. How much did the currency impact?
You see, our 40% of our revenue is in pounds. So, and the pound, the way it's gone, we lost almost, hang on a minute, my phone is enough. Sorry. So the pound is lost, we've lost almost 22 rupees per pound. It has major impact. We've lost almost 20 crore because of pounds.
Okay. Well, then let me look at it this way. If your revenue top line is hurt or is flat because you've lost on pound, can you tell us how much you did in terms of volume? How many million pairs you sold this year vis-a-vis last, and how many are you likely to sell in FY18?
FY17 number of pairs almost not a lot, maybe 5-10% more than FY15-16. But FY17-18 we hope to do at least 20% more than last year.
Okay, you can't give us a number in million pairs?
Bit difficult.
Okay.
See, last year we sold 67 lakh pairs, 6.7 million pairs.
Fair enough. Okay.
And this year, but that is including all over the world. That's including England. I mean, out of 6.7 million pairs,
yeah,
I think roughly 4.5 million pairs went to England.
All right. All right. So, Mr. Mirza,
so this year we propose to see
20%.
English market. We propose not to increase anymore.
All right.
But the rest of the world, in fact, Indian market is our main concentration at the moment.
All right.
Because of the brand Red Tape and the new brand that we've launched, Wall Street, and the new footwear we launched, the sports shoes, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to grow all that. And at the same time, we are trying to grow our business in America.
Super. All right. Mr. Mirza, a couple of questions then. What is the current exposure to America, to the United States, and what do you expect it to grow through? That's the first part. And I think bulk of your exports are really non-branded. So are you looking to change that mix as well?
Currently, 15% of our exports are branded, 85% are non-branded.
Okay.
We don't intend to reduce the unbranded, but we intend to increase the branded. So the branded we hope to increase by FY18 to at least 25%.
Okay. All right.
See, the growth is going to come from export of branded footwear to Europe and export of branded and unbranded footwear to America.
Okay.
And branded footwear to America. Okay. And branded footwear in India.
Okay.
And you were talking about...
How much is the... Okay, sorry. How much is the percentage margin gain in a branded footwear vis-a-vis unbranded?
Ma'am, branded footwear in the first couple of years is less margin. As the years go by, the brand grows, the margin grows with it.
All right, Mr. Mirza,
So
you were
I can tell you, I mean, our margins in branded footwear is much more than the unbranded footwear.
Okay. All right. So if we are looking at revenues, Mr. Mirza, for the coming fiscal, last few years we've been around 900 to around 950 crores. Now we're talking about volume growth of around 20%. So what kind of a revenue number are we working with for the coming...
revenue number, we're looking for at least a growth of maybe at least another 20%.
20% on the top line. So we'll do roughly around 1,200 crores, approximately 1,200?
About 1,150 to 1,200 crores.
1,100, okay.
That's what I'm looking at for the year FY.
And margins, given that, suppose the pound stabilizes.
Margins will be higher.
Okay.
Because as the turnover goes up, the overheads do not increase, the fixed charges do not increase.
So give us a number, sir.
The growth gives us a higher top line.
So that's around 19-20% is what we should work with in terms of margins?
In terms of EBITDA margin, we should be able to achieve maybe 19-20%.
All right.
Okay. What's the debt, sir? Debt on your books?
But we're not our debt is quite low.
Okay.
We're a low debt company.
Okay, okay.
Very low debt.
Okay. Will you be looking up for some kind of insurance on this currency movements through hedging or something, or will this volatility continue?
We have a hedging policy. It's wrong to say that we lost because of Brexit. It's wrong to say that because all our current contracts, the moment the contracts are placed, the currency is hedged. But what happened? How we lost because of Brexit? If say, for example, the pound was 100 rupees,
right.
So we had all the existing contracts hedged at 100 rupees. Any new contracts, the moment the pound shifts from 100 to 80 rupees, the customer would not pay the 80 rupees price. They say, look, we can't afford to pay 20% overnight.
Okay.
So that way we had to share the loss. So that way, the customer lost some, we lost some. That's how it happened.
All right.
Fair point, Mr. Mirza.
All right, Mr. Mirza, wanted some clarity. The street was cautious because of this entire cow slaughter ban that's taking place in Uttar Pradesh. I think you put out a disclosure on the exchange as well. Just to set things right, I think you're primarily depending on buffalo hide. Are we right on that? And in fact,
I'll explain to you.
Yeah.
I'll explain. 50% of our production is on buffalo hides, which are produced in our own tannery, and the raw hides are purchased from the local market, so the licensed slaughterhouse, right? I emphasize the word licensed slaughterhouse. That's number one. Number two, our tannery is gold-rated tannery by LWG, which is a leather working group worldwide, internationally acclaimed, and we are the only tannery north of India which is gold-rated. That covers that.
All right.
50% of our raw material, which is cow, goat, sheep, etc., is all imported hides.
Fantastic.
The skins are imported from 5, 6, 7 different countries across the globe.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So our consumption of Indian cowhide is zero. Absolutely zero.
Absolutely. All right.
We'll leave it at that, Mr. Mirza. Thank you very much for joining us.